John Winthrop led the first group of Puritan settlers who founded the colony of Massachusetts in 1630. Despite rocky New England soil and bloody clashes with Native Americans, Winthrop and his followers established a successful community that drew a great migration of fellow believers fleeing persecution in England. The Puritans were a splinter sect of the Church of England who wanted to purify the church, rejecting ornate and ostentatious customs that had taken hold since the mid-16th century. For Winthrop, leaving England offered the only path for Puritans to freely practice their faith and build a society shaped by moral purpose. Winthrop, a Cambridge-educated native of Suffolk County, crossed the Atlantic on a ship called the Arbella and landed at Salem, Massachusetts. Before anyone even stepped ashore, he delivered one of the most famous sermons in American history, urging his followers to remain faithful as they formed a new community and to live as if the whole world were watching their city on a hill. That phrase set the tone. A community meant to be an example, guided by industriousness, discipline, and a high sense of moral purpose. In the years that followed, the Puritans repeatedly elected Winthrop as governor, reflecting their trust in his leadership and vision. Yet even as the colony grew, challenges never stopped. Farming was hard in the rocky soil, and relations with Native Americans were marred by violence. Still, the colony's stability and prosperity became a beacon. Word of success traveled back to England, and soon thousands more immigrants crossed the ocean for Massachusetts' shores. Many were not Puritans, bringing new beliefs and priorities. Here is where tension entered the story. A community founded on religious unity faced the realities of rapid growth and diversity. Midway through this transformation, let's discuss it together. Do you think a city on a hill can survive when people with different beliefs flood in? Or does growth inevitably change the original mission? Share your thoughts in the comments and explain why you think ideals either bend or break when a community expands. As Massachusetts matured, Winthrop's influence remained strong. His legacy extended beyond one colony. Winthrop's son, also named John Winthrop, later became one of the first governors of neighboring Connecticut, showing how Puritan leadership helped shape the broader region. Winthrop himself was a devoted Puritan, but also a personal friend of Roger Williams, a dissenter who founded Rhode Island after his banishment from Massachusetts, a banishment Winthrop supported. That relationship captures the paradox of this era. Personal ties and shared origins coexisted with hard lines on doctrine and governance. If you appreciate clear, concise explorations of American history, subscribe to U.S. Daily History for more stories that connect past choices to present-day debates. Within a century of Winthrop's death in 1649, Puritanism no longer held dominant sway in New England. The influx of newcomers, many not Puritan, transformed the region's religious landscape. But the Puritan legacy did not vanish. The faith of the first settlers evolved into modern-day Congregationalism, which remains relatively common in New England. And the ideals of industriousness and moral purpose echoed through the region's development. From a sermon on the Arbella to a thriving colony at Salem, from strict religious unity to a more diverse society, the story of John Winthrop and the Massachusetts founding is a case study in how ideals meet reality. The question that remains is powerful and simple. Was the city on a hill a lasting model, or a warning about how success can change what it was meant to protect?